Hi everyone. I know it's no notice or anything, but I just wanted to jump on because I am feeling called to. So here I am. I just went through something yesterday that I feel the need to be sharing with you guys, and I hope this doesn't fall down. It was a big thing on triggers for sure. I just wanted, hi Riaz, I wanted to share my realization with you guys because I think it's important. So we all know what triggers are. You're entering into a conversation with somebody and they say something and it just brings you from 0 to 100 in like 10 seconds. That is your biggest notification that or warning sign that it is not actually something about the moment that you are going through with that person. It's something that is coming up from the past. So I had a conversation yesterday that kind of brought me into this triggered zone and wanted to share because the quicker we learn to move through these and realize when these things are happening and release these things from our body. It's kind of why I added the pain body and holding emotions. Hi Dee. I think it's really, really important for us to learn how to move through this. So I quickly identified yesterday that it wasn't even about the conversation that and the person that I was having with period. It was traced back to my childhood. So those of you that don't know, my mother was an alcoholic. She was a residential school survivor, which is, a pretty traumatic Canadian history thing. And therefore, had a hard time in her life and wasn't there for me. So when you trace these feelings back, it's like identify what you're feeling in that moment and then follow that line, follow it. Where does it go? For me, it was, I was feeling rejected. And what does rejected, go to? It goes to feelings of unworthiness. So where in my past did I feel feelings of unworthiness? And, forgive me, it's a little bit fresh and I feel very passionate about it because I just lost my mom last March 2017. So these truths need to be spoke because they need to come out of our body. We're holding these things and they're causing us not to be able to manifest because it's like weighing us down, and we need to be in a higher vibration to have the life that we deserve. So get this stuff out of our body. So it goes back to being a little kid. I used to wonder why my mom wouldn't want to be in my life, why I couldn't go see her. Those kind of things were really, really hard for me, and they caused a lot of, thank you Dee, they caused a lot of unworthiness feelings. So this is kind of why I'm sharing the healing circle. I feel like it's a collective consciousness that our realization of our worthiness is starting to come up because the universe and God and whatever it is to your higher self want us to start seeing our truth, seeing how amazing every single one of us are. So I wanted to share this because yesterday I moved through part of it, but I have a lot of feelings of not wanting to release my emotions because I don't want to be a burden, which is another thing to follow and, one step at a time. So I close myself off when I start feeling these feelings. And the biggest thing that I'm learning this last while is how freeing it is to get the stuff out of your body, like to release it, because it really does make our body sick. It's like, I'm so passionate about that. It's amazing when you look up the encyclopedia from Louise Hay that I posted last night, like just how on point it is. My neck was hurting. I can't remember right offhand what that means, but my neck hurting is an indication that I haven't moved through these emotions. I have to you're funny, Dee. I haven't moved through these emotions and I have to really, allow it to unfold. I need to ask the angels, whatever your technique is. So you can write it out is a good way to release these emotions, and just, allow things to flow on paper. Like, just don't judge yourself. Just start writing and see where it brings you. Or take a salt bath or a apple cider vinegar bath. Like Serena D, Tracy and I all have wonderful recipes for healing baths, is what I like to call it. So if you guys are feeling called to want to know some of those, I think that we're going to be posting those pretty soon. That's a really, really good way to release emotions out of your body. Just crying or feeling angry or whatever it is that you're feeling in that moment, getting that out, that's a really good way to release. Writing it down and burning it, doing a full moon ceremony. These are all wonderful techniques for getting rid of this. Yes, apple cider vinegar baths. That was a Randina, so Power of the Woman. If you're not in Power of a Woman, it's definitely a life-saving, life-turning point group. Randina Marie brought up the apple cider vinegar bath, and it's really been something quite amazing. You have to stay in it more than 30 minutes, though, like at least 30 minutes for it to really start working on your emotional body. But all of these healing baths, like apple cider vinegar, sea salts, Epsom salts, they're all really, really healing and good to help get these emotions out. Like, it's really, really important. I feel very passionate about it, and I really, I'm still moving through it, and I was going to wait until I was, through my little release, but I feel it's important to show that, I'm vulnerable. I'm not a perfect human being. I'm here to, share my story with you, and that is, imperfection. That is feeling, feelings of unworthiness and rejection. These are human feelings, and, to maybe show and help someone that is feeling, some sort of feeling, and they're not sure why they keep getting triggered, especially if something comes up in your universe and it repeats itself. It is a big hello. Hello, you're not paying attention to me. It is really needing to be released. And that's what God in the universe wants for us. He wants us to vibrate on this higher level and have what we want. And if we're having unworthiness feelings, how are we supposed to want to receive stuff? Like, it's really a powerful thing. Tiffany says, message me later, Janine. I've learned to release a release technique that is quick. I've helped 6 people in the last 2 days. This is something new I'm training in, and within 15 minutes those emotions are gone. I'll definitely get a hold of you, Tiffany. That's amazing. But yeah, so have a look in the files under the emotional pain, and look up when you're feeling your lower back pain and not feeling supported, and neck and shoulder pains, the weight of the world. There's all kinds of things that it means. Like, it will probably blow your mind if you haven't come across that in your reality yet. It's something I resonate with. It was a really big aha moment. So, working through not only grief right now, but a lot of emotions that are tied to, the person that I'm grieving is really a beautiful and authentic, beautiful process that I am so in awe to be a part of. And if you are feeling like you want somebody to talk to, I am always available. Always, always, always. I'm always available for questions. I'm always available for, sharing what I know. And I am not perfect by any means. I have not, finished my releases. It'll be a lifelong thing, but there are going to be people that, are drawn to me that I can help. And it really is a passionate thing for me. I feel strongly as a healer, wanting to help people and help them to feel lighter, help them to feel really, really beautiful. And I just wanted to share, my realization of, following these feelings and where they are in the past, and releasing them naturally. I really am a big believer that once you can get to these realizations, you can release them. So I definitely will be checking in with Tiffany because she is amazing. We'll see, maybe she wants to be a guest in our group here and share one of her techniques. But if not, lovely, lovely, lovely. Thank you for reaching out to me. I am very, very grateful for that. I love learning, and I really wanted to share with you guys. So please check out the files tab, or get a hold of me, because like Serena was saying, when I moved out here and I was at the beginning, sorry, I was getting all emotional there. When I was getting at the beginning of this spiritual path, I mean, it had been a workup. I had been into chakras and stuff for 7 or 8 years. I was very on the verge of a spiritual person, but my big catalyst was my mother taking her life. It was a really hard thing for me, and I learned a lot of things down this path, for sure, about getting healthier and getting better. Like, how are we holding these emotions in our body? Like, how are they making us sick? When I started and I moved out here, pretty much exactly a year ago, I was 197 pounds, and I am now 155. I have not starved myself. I have not dieted. I have not taken a miracle program. I did take Thrive, but I didn't take it for probably the last year, so that has nothing to do with it. It's spiritually, like, it's like the more emotions you can shed, the more healthier your body gets, because it's weighed down with these lower vibrations that, are affecting you on a subconscious level that you don't even realize. And I did it naturally. As I started to shed these like layers, like an onion, I started to feel more drawn to healthier things. Like, it was amazing. I used to drink, like, I'm a professional chef of 13 years. Like, most chefs do a lot of drinking, and I would drink, on a night. Like, I'm not like crazy, but I would have a glass of wine, 2 glasses of wine every single night. And I didn't think that was a bad thing. I thought, I'm not drinking the whole bottle. There's nothing wrong with what I'm doing. And I noticed that I don't drink anymore. Like, and it's not because I was like, drinking's bad, I need to stop. It's like, no, I'm not vibrating with that anymore. I'm not feeling the need to numb anything anymore. I am naturally healthier. Like, emotionally, my mentality is better. I don't need the crutch that I was having to numb myself. Same with food. I didn't have to stuff that poutine in my mouth because I needed that comfort. For me, food was not only a passion, it's a huge passion of mine. I love everything about food. So when somebody asks me, what kind of food do you cook? I'm like, everything. Everything I can get my hands on. And it was literally, when I was going through emotional times, like, food. I want to stuff my face with a poutine because my heart hurts, and I'm holding it in my body, and I'm holding this weight because I'm vulnerable and I need, protection. And now that I'm getting rid of it, it's, my body's naturally getting healthy. That's not an excuse not to exercise and eat healthy. Like, oh, it's naturally coming off, I shouldn't have to, make conscious choices for myself. You still need to do that. It's important to love yourself and do those things. But I definitely, there's a lot of things about all of our path that is important to be sharing. Every single one of us. It doesn't matter where you are on your path. If you have something that you would like to share, please, feel free. Like, this is a sacred space. We created the compassion calling so that everyone, Tracy, it's not the replay, I'm still on, so that everyone, it feels like they have this sacred zone to share what they're going through, to share their realizations, because your realization might be something is a tipping point for someone else. So, join in, because the higher we raise our vibrations, the better the world is. So, and I'm a huge believer of that. And Tracy, DeMaria, Serena, and I all feel that, which is why we've invested this time. We want you to have, a place where you can come and check the files, and we've, compiled all these things. Like for me, it was like, what books do you read? I wanted to know all these mentors. Like, I want to know your entire list of books you read, because I want to read them. I want to take this information in. And it's like, we spent time compiling all these lists from, people that we really appreciate and look up to, and ourselves, what we've read and we know is amazing and positive, and we've put it in our files tab. So definitely, when you have a chance, have a look, because there's probably I'm a huge reader, as you can see over here. That's just some of my books. After like 13 moves, I've lost quite a few of them, but I'm a huge reader, and there's a lot of books there that I'm really, really excited to read. So I hope that, this helps somebody in some way, that you understand that, these triggers that you're going through with other people are not always the situation. If you feel like you just went from 0 to 1,000 upset, like, it has nothing to do with that person or that situation. It's connected. It's connected to something much deeper that is calling to you and asking to be let go. Hi, Shanna. Hi, Adriana. Hi, Tracy. Who else? Hi, Beverly. Thank you guys for joining me. You might have to go back and catch the rest of the replay, but Overcap is just sharing my realization. I had a big trigger, and the trigger was really something to do with my childhood. It's a big one. It's huge. So tonight I am going to be doing the healing circle, because tomorrow I got my new job. I'm going to go back to cooking for now, and I'm working at a winery called Indigenous Winery. The restaurant is called Red Fox Club here in Kelowna. I'm really, really excited. The chef is an amazing, powerful woman that grows her own food, and we're going to forage for food, and it just like a light bulb went off with my passion for sure. So I'm really, really excited about that. I wanted to announce something. I am probably going to start doing intuitive cooking. So from here to there, I'm going to be sharing some healthy recipes that are easy, that I've kind of compiled over this last 13 years of cooking, that correlate with the chakras, that raise your vibration. Lots of different things that you can try out, and I'll be available for any questions that you have for cooking, because I'm definitely to the point where you can bring a recipe to me and I can tell by looking at it whether it's going to be good or not. And I am really, truly grateful for that experience. It's a really cool thing. I can, smell something and tell you what it needs. Like, it's really neat how you can hone a skill like that. So stay tuned for that, and join us tonight for the healing circle, because it's going to be focused about self-worthiness, because I feel like it's a collective consciousness, and I really, really want to join all of us healers together and raise our vibration and self-worthiness, and have people join in and raise their vibration and self-worthiness. This is, a love circle. I'm so excited about it. I look forward to the healing circle every single week, because it's so divine. It is, something that I haven't really seen around very much. It's something that my teacher did, and I went in person and did a Reiki share, and I was like, this needs to happen. It's a huge calling. So thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you for listening to my vulnerability and being a part of that. And thank you for being a part of my path. And Tiffany Campbell, I will message you in just a little bit, because I'm definitely, no, you are a powerhouse lady. You're wonderful. She is a divine channel. She does automatic writing for any of you guys that are looking to maybe get a session from her. She is available for sure. I've heard some of her messages and they give me chills, and it's just, we all have such amazing, beautiful gifts, and you know, when we tap into it, it's a really beautiful thing to watch. So I'll get a hold of you, and you know, those of you guys, like, let's get to know each other and raise each other up, and I hope to see you tonight. I really, really do. If you don't have any kind of healing modality, it does not mean you cannot join in. You just join in and absorb the healing, because we have lots of people that are joining with Reiki. We have angel healing. We have other healing modalities that I'm not even sure the names of them are, but they're truly divine. Each of them is, and when we join it together in compassion and love, it really is something to be experienced. So thank you, everyone. Have a good day, and